So just before I go any further, let me just show you a couple of useful views that you might want to create. What I'm going to do is just switch to the street level here, which is where I want to put the symbols for sections in my drawing. So just to show you, if I now go view section, I'm going to do like a longitudinal section like that, and I'm going to do that is the extents, the depth if you like, for the section view. So I just want to make sure it's outside the building there. Notice that I can flip to change the direction, and once it's in the plan there, it actually appears under the sections tab here, but a quick way to get to it is to just click on the head. So I can now see this is just the extents of the section, which I can make bigger or smaller, just dragging it out. But now I can see inside my building. So it's kind of useful to be able to cut views through your building like this. And the reason I'm showing it at the moment is to make it clear that the section doesn't need to be because you're producing working drawings. The section could be just because it's really convenient for you to have the ability to go inside the building and make changes in the model, right? If I'm dragging that off, I might choose to work in here and make a change in my model, instead of always working in a properties palette. I can actually do this in the live model. So that's kind of a useful thing. The other useful view to have, and the point I want to make here too, is that this is live. So in other words, if I flip the direction on this and then I go back, my section has changed, and if I move it and flip the direction, my views are updated according to where it is at any point in time. So I might use them to move them around inside the model in order that I can draft, never mind documentation, but just to help me draft. The other kind of view that's good is this 3D view. This is the same view that I keep going back to. It's kind of a good idea to make a duplicate of that. So I can right click on it and say duplicate, and the duplicate I can then rename, and I'm going to rename it and call it Working 3D. Because I can do something in this view, which is that in the Working 3D view, which is what I've got here, right, I can look at the properties of that view, and if you don't see them, remember, you just click in the view, and then on the view tab here, you can turn on the properties palette again. If you don't see it, turn it on, and then down here where it says section box, if I turn that on, what that is giving me in this view, I'm going to close that just so it's a bit more obvious, is a three-dimensional box that defines the limits of what I'm seeing. The benefit of that is that if I click it, these are handles. I just need to pause for a short time over the handle and then drag it to see the change in my model. So even in a very large model, one way of being able to isolate small areas is to use a section box that'll let you go in and kind of turn it and see the objects that are in a smaller area of the building. So my 3D is like that, but my Working 3D has the section box displayed that will let me interact with the views to show just exactly what I want to see and no more. Okay, so you'll find that useful as you start to work on a large project. Let me go back to my interface and turn back on my properties palette.